Hello and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show right here, this one is all about helping the new and upcoming. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't know. But this show is about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all of the crazy things that I seem to step on. That was an epic fail. That's because I was trying to do like this pointing thing. That didn't work out. But anyways, welcome back from Thanksgiving break. It's November 30th. It's a Monday. It's great to have you here. I wanted to talk to you today. By the way, I hope you had a great break. I had a wonderful break. Spent it with my family, and it was low key, which was really nice, but it was a wonderful time, and I'm glad that we had some time to relax together. Anyways, I hope you did as well. I want to dive in today. I saw some questions, and one of the questions were, hey, I'm just starting out in voiceover. I only have kind of the bare minimum of equipment. What kind of voiceover work can I get? And I think this is a fantastic question, because I know for me, it rings true for me, because when I first started in voiceover about 4 years ago, I had the bare minimum equipment. I had a $40 microphone from Best Buy. I had, which was the blue snowball mic, the one that's like a circle. It looks like a snowball. Mine was black, and it's a USB mic. It did have a thread on it, so I could quarter-inch thread, so I could put it on a stand. And then I bought some PVC pipe and some packing blankets with a gift card my mom had got me for my birthday, because I started my business in April, and which is my birthday month. And, I started with a bare minimum equipment. That's all I had, Now, my software I was using, my DAW, was Adobe Audition, because I had Adobe products at that point. But I never used Adobe Audition. I don't ever used Photoshop. So, I remember what it was like to have barely anything. I literally didn't even have a pop filter. I didn't even know what a pop filter was. And I started searching around for how to get rid of pops and stuff, or these plosives, and everything. And I found there was this thing called pop filter. And I was like, what is this? And I literally made a pop filter out of a wire coat hanger, and my wife's, she gave me some old pantyhose, and I made a pop filter out of that. Actually pretty good, and it wraps around the wire, wraps around your mic stand. Anyways, I remember what it was like to have the bare minimum equipment. So with that being said, where can you start? What can you do, and what shouldn't you try to do? And I think this is a great topic to talk about, because I think when you're first starting out and you have a certain set of equipment, there's going to be things that you can do, jobs that you can go for that you have a good chance of getting. And then there's going to be jobs that you go for that, I'm not saying you shouldn't go for any job, but you're going to have a lot more challenge going up against people who have entire studios in their homes, tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, have been doing it for years and years. Not to say that you shouldn't try, but to more say, like, let's be realistic about where you are. And as you go along, as we upgrade, we're able to get, better paying jobs. It's that chicken and the egg, or if you build it, they will come idea. But anyways, let's talk about what I did first. The very first thing I did when I first started out with my blue snowball mic, and I got work with my $40 microphone, was audiobooks. Audiobooks. Okay. I want to lay something else to bed real quick, put to rest, is that Fiverr is a place that you can go and get work with crappy equipment. I mean, I say crappy, that's the wrong way. With entry level equipment, because a lot of entry level equipment is actually pretty good, but for the sake of what we're talking about, entry level as opposed to someone that has, $1,000 to $3,000 microphones, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that at one time, Fiverr or some of these other freelance websites were places to go to when you didn't have, when you're just starting out, and you should get on them. But I will point out that, Fiverr has over 21,000 gig offerings just in voiceover. All right. And Upwork is starting to build out their empire with gigs adding on as well. So you have some dynamics that are shifting when it comes to, how easy is it to start on platforms and get work. The place that has remained the same to me, and it's still a fantastic place to get work and to start your business. And I always start all the people I work with on this as my mentor students and everything, and my one-on-one students, is audiobooks. They're audiobooks. Audiobooks are wonderful to start with. We all accept in long-form narration that, perfection when it comes to the sound. If you've listened to audiobooks, you know what I'm talking about. This is an idea that, you don't have to have the most amazingly treated space or the most amazing stuff. Now, I will say that reverb is never fun. You should try to knock out any reverb, right? I think that's a big thing that you don't want, no matter what you're recording. But when it comes to like the quality of the frequency, the dynamic range, how, what frequencies are being able to pick up and what are not, et cetera, I think it's not a big of a deal in audiobooks as it is in commercial work and these things like this, where they're adding so many effects and there's video involved and there's just all kinds of things that you need a really big range, you need a really high and low range, and that can be a challenge. So I think the big thing is I started with audiobooks. I started getting work within 2 weeks of when I started my business. And, it was some were paying. I think I got paid $50 for an audiobook that was like under an hour, which I thought was the coolest thing since sliced bread. And then I started doing royalty shares as well. I put some criteria in place where I was doing under an hour in length, so that I was kind of buffering myself, and I was also making money on a monthly basis. But that didn't start paying off until down the road. But now I make a couple $100, like $300 to $500 a month from work I did almost 4 years ago. So it's really nice. That's really nice. But I would say that audiobooks are a wonderful place to get started. And I think as you begin to upgrade, you definitely want to get on platforms like Fiverr and Upwork and People Per Hour and so forth. And as you upgrade from there, you can, if you want. And I don't always recommend this, because I've seen a lot of people with success without using pay-to-play sites or auditioning like that, but you can go to those sites. But remember, you're going to be competing against a lot of other people who have any site you go on now is a lot of competition, unless you can find a site that's just starting up. But, that's hard. The industry online right now is, kind of like the main industry, right? So it's going to take you time to jump in. But for audiobooks, acx.com is a great place to start. And there are some other places like Findaway Voices and some other sites that do audiobooks. Penguin Audio is called ahab.com. I mean, they're trying to venture out. I'm not sure how well they're doing, but there's some sites out there that you can do audiobooks, but acx.com by far is the best, which is owned by Audible, which is owned by Amazon. So that's how you get on Amazon. And I think it's one of the greatest things for voice actors, even to this day. For me, I think it's one of the best ways to get started, because you want to get started. You want to get up and running and get work. You want to work, right? We want to get you some on-job experience, because the more experience you have, you're able to navigate the voiceover waters a lot easier. So anyway, I would say that if you're just starting out and you just have some entry-level equipment, get started on ACX. It's a great place to get started. It really is. It's where I started. I recommend it. That doesn't mean you don't need to work on navigating the site, like, not accepting every job that's, trying to get you to do 12 finished hours of audio for royalty share, and they're 3 millionth on the list of sales ranking for Amazon. You want to stay away. You want to run away from that. But there's a lot of books that are paying. There's a lot of royalty share books that are good books to do. So it's a great place to start. And more importantly, it's a place that you can get work. Okay, that doesn't mean you can't set yourself up on Fiverr and different places like that, but just note that, like, you're competing against me and all kinds of other people who have a lot of it. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, but I'm just saying that as you upgrade it, like for me, for perfect example, as I upgraded, I was able to start getting more work in places that I didn't get before, because, people wouldn't even accept me. My audio wasn't good, and my voiceovers weren't as good. So it's just something to think about. All right. And I really recommend getting started there, especially if you're an entry level, just kicking it off in voiceover. Start with audiobooks. They're a great place to start. I want to put this up front. You're not going to make a killing. Okay, you're not going to become rich doing audiobooks unless you're the 0.0001%. Okay, you're not gonna do it, but you're gonna get paying jobs, and you're gonna be able to kick off your voiceover career and learn that to me, voiceover is a web of opportunities and revenue streams. Meaning, like, we say voiceover as like an umbrella, but there's so many pieces underneath that umbrella. Audiobooks is one of them, right? And then you might know audiobooks, radio commercials, TV commercials, video spots on social media, videos, and then all the other things, right? Those were two that you might know right off the top. By the way, audiobooks, there's fiction, nonfiction. There's categories within the fiction and nonfiction, right? And then, we haven't talked about podcasting, meditation, tags, explainer videos, e-learning. There's so much. Video game. We haven't talked about character acting. There's so many different pieces under that umbrella and ways for you to make money in voiceover. That's why I love it so much, especially if you're like ADD like me and I'm just like, squirrel. It's like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I get to do that. I love to do that. All right. But the idea here is that starting with one of those and learning that is one piece of the pie that you can get work with, right, then allows us to go to another one. And now you have, once you figure out another thing, that's two. Then you go to another one, that's three. Do you see what I mean? So it's like you're building your empire one step at a time. And ACX and audiobooks is a great place to go. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you get a chance, please like, subscribe, share this with someone. Also, you'll see a link below. We just put out a brand new marketing course, absolutely for voiceover. That's actually phenomenal. Very helpful for brand new people, beginners, and we'll guide you through how to get up and running with a marketing plan so that you can actually get some clients for your voiceover business. Also, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. Thank you guys so much. Happy Monday. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye. Peace.